Hey guys, what's happening? HK Smash here, and I've got a nice video for you guys today. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about TJ Combo and some of the Season 2 balance changes that I've been meaning to talk to you guys about for quite some time now. And the reason why I took some time to wait to make a video like this was, obviously, I wanted to get my hands on TJ Combo, and two, I wanted to kind of sit back and read all of the comments all over YouTube, read the forums on Killer Instinct, and just listen to the community and really get an idea of what the trends are, what people are talking about, what people are upset about, and of course add my opinion on top of that. So first things first, I want to talk about TJ Combo. And now for a lot of you guys that have already known, I spent a lot of time with TJ Combo at E3. E3, they announced TJ. He was going to be the first of many characters that are coming out in Season 2. And I spent a lot of my time, probably the majority of my time at E3 over at the Killer Instinct booth. I met a couple of subscribers as well. And we hung out at the booth and played TJ as much as possible. And as much as E3 was just an incredible show, I had a lot of fun playing with TJ. I think right off the bat, as soon as I picked up the stick and started playing, I already knew that I wanted to play with TJ Combo as much as I possibly could. And if it meant dropping Shadow Jago as a main, then so be it. So after E3, Evo came around a few months after that. Actually, let's see, it was June. It was a little bit more than a month later. Evo came around, and luckily for me, that was a local tournament because I live in Las Vegas. So getting a chance to get my hands on TJ Combo again was just a treat because I knew that he was going to have some changes done, and going from E3 to Evo, there were a lot of things that they changed, and even just seeing TJ Combo get put together at E3, I mean, he was only about 50% done, and that was about 6 weeks worth of work, everything from animation to character art, all the little things, even his stage. And it was truly impressive, and I think this was the first time I've seen any kind of actual work directly from the guys over at Iron Galaxy. So, I was already impressed. I mean, I was already asking some of those guys to just release him right then and there because I was ready to go. But obviously he had some work that needed to be done. There were, a couple of things that they had placeholders in there for him. His mouth didn't move. The small things that they had to change. But it was still very impressive. He was still very playable, and he was still just very, very fun to play. Jump forward to Evo, they made some changes with some of his animations. He still didn't have a moving mouth or anything like that, but they added his Ultra. They changed some of his move sets as far as how you can do some of his cancels and resets and things like that. And I'm not going to go too crazy with, talking about his move sets and whatnot, but just kind of want to talk to you guys about what I think. So yeah, getting a chance to play with him at Evo was another treat. And watching him, pretty much come together. I mean, we were all waiting to get our hands on him, full time. So, fast forward again. Now we're here. Season 2 early access has been released. Pre-orders are available for Season 2. And, of course, anyone that gets the disc version or pre-orders the game gets TJ Combo early, which is just awesome. And I'm just playing some video from... Actually, this is the first time I've had a chance to play with TJ since Evo, and I gotta tell you, he is it's awesome. I absolutely love him. I've been telling everybody that, after the balance changes were announced, which I'll get into, I wanted to move away from Jago and move on to a different character. I felt like, I haven't necessarily mastered Jago by any means, but I think just from, I guess, more of a challenge, I wanted to play with a different character, and I just, for whatever reason, I don't know how to explain it, but as soon as I started playing with TJ from the start, I knew that I wanted to play with TJ Combo moving forward. And I've already started to practice with him and spend a lot of time in the lab, figuring out different tricks and different techniques with him, and I know that, you know, come EVO 2015, I'll be ready to go with TJ Combo. Now, talking about some of the balance changes, I know a lot of you guys have been asking my opinions on some of the changes that were announced and my overall thoughts about it. And there are a couple things that I don't want to say I dislike, but there are a couple things that definitely caught my eye, and there are a lot of things that I absolutely love. And like I said before, there were some things that I saw in the community. I was really looking for some trends that people were talking about, that whether they were very excited about or weren't so happy about. And a couple of things that I really want to point out were the fact that a lot of people were concerned about their specific characters getting nerfed. I'll talk about 2 or 3 different examples. Jago, for one, a lot of people were very upset that, you know, Jago from Season 1 was very manual heavy. I think a lot of successful Jagos, for example, Mr. Grimm's, he's an incredible, if not the best Jago on planet fucking Earth. And his entire vocabulary as far as technique is strictly manuals, which is just incredible. So I think it takes a lot of skill to be able to do things like that, and a lot of people were really upset at the fact that his Jago's manuals were for the most part easier to hit than some of the other characters, and made it very hard to counter and break or anything like that. So a lot of people were excited that the manual changes came with the Season 2 balance changes, and I gotta be honest with you, you know, being a Jago player myself and pretty much using manuals as my entire tech was, hasn't really changed. I think it just kind of changes how you need to approach your combos, as opposed to doing, you know, going from light to heavy to medium, or from heavy to medium to light, or having to do a heavy opener to get a medium medium manual, excuse me, or to do a heavy opener to a light manual, because the timing has been changed. I think, if anything, it actually makes Jago even better, because he now has so many more options to manual, and of course it makes him a little bit more accessible for people to manual with him, but it all depends on how you put all those things together. So I think a lot of people got upset about, you know, the fact that he was nerfed, where in turn he really wasn't nerfed. Even his instinct, I think, changing his instinct from being able to just do an instant cancel or just instinct to general and do a ridiculously long combination to get your health back, changing it to having to do his doing a double fireball. Excuse me, I'm sorry I can't talk right now, but it's like 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm extremely exhausted. But I really wanted to talk about something like this. But anyway, yeah, doing a double fireball and getting his health back from Shadow Endokogan is, I think it's great. I think it sets up for a lot of really cool, just really cool setups, and the potential to get health back is really, really cool. I've seen some pretty cool stuff online, and I'm sure I might get to it in this video. I know right now we're watching some mirror matches and stuff, but another character that upset me personally was Sadira. Seeing Sadira win EVO was not necessarily heartbreaking to me, but it kind of came, you know, with her unbreakables and some of the things that she can do that were just very, I'm going to say, unfair. I, for one, do not like Sadira. I never did. I've always wanted to meet the person who decided to create a character named Sadira and slap him across the face and ask him why he wanted to make a character like this. But, I mean, she is a part of the cast, and I know a lot of people like to use her, and I know a lot of my friends in the community are very, very good with her, which is fine. But I think the way people use her is very cheesy, and she was another one that a lot of people were like, oh my god, she's getting nerfed, I'm never going to use her again, I'm never going to play this game again, or I'm just going to wait until a different character comes out. When, again, she was not nerfed at all. She was just fixed because there were some things that were so cheesy about her. I'm going to use that word a lot. You know, there were a lot of things about her that just got people very annoyed, and Iron Galaxy did the right things and balanced a few things out and fixed the things that were very unfair and opened a window of opportunity for more things to be available to people that they just need to figure out on their own. And I still have a relatively hard time with her. I think it's a lot, I have a much easier time now that I have TJ because of his tremor. I I feel it's a lot easier to hit than it is to do a DP with Jago. But I think it just comes down to learning the matchup as always. But she definitely was not nerfed. She was not buffed. She was just fixed. So stop complaining about Sadira. Anyways, moving on. Another character that a lot of people were upset about, and you know, like I said, guys, this is just trends that I've seen on the forums, some of my YouTube videos, even people messaging me, just giving me their opinions on some stuff, and just general conversation through the stream. Some other streamers' chats that I've watched and lurked on. Saberwolf is another one that came up a lot, and seeing as he, you know, had his unblockable Shadow Eclipse and the dashing. I mean, he's another one that I hate to play because his matchup is very tough, and of course he's a very accessible character. I think he's probably one of the most, if not the most accessible character on the cast. As far as if you're playing for the first time, you know, he's a very easy character to play, and if you know how to use him very well, he's extremely dangerous. He's super, super fast. His recapture is pretty awesome. His feral cancels are ridiculous. I mean, I got bopped tonight on stream just getting canceled out, and you know, he was another one that people were like, he got nerfed, and they fixed this stuff, and now he's not as fun to play. Where he's not nerfed, he wasn't buffed. If anything, he's been made even more. You know, his movesets, they weren't changed, but just the fact that some of the tools that were given to him open up another big window of opportunity for new tech and potentially more cheesiness that we all like to see with the Shadow Eclipse and whatnot. But overall, I think Iron Galaxy has taken on a huge responsibility from Double Helix and making the game unique. I absolutely love the recapture feature. I think it adds a lot more dynamic to the game. Being able to combo break certain combos are just, you know, it just adds more to this chess game that is Killer Instinct. It really is. You know, I mean, going back to EVO, that was my first major tournament for a fighting game. I've never done a fighting game tournament in my life, and having to go to EVO for the first time and really see the level of play at that scale, a massive scale, was for the most part intimidating. But seeing how the game was then and then seeing it how it is now, I think it's really, really cool. I mean, I can't imagine what kind of stuff some of these top 16, top 8 guys are going to come up with, you know. I mean, it's just really, really cool. I know a lot of people were kind of mixed about the recapture. The air combo breakers, the air counter breakers, it just adds more dynamic to the game. I personally, I don't know if I could play, you know, going back to Season 1, I don't know if I could play that game, you know, the way it was for much longer, because it definitely needed some kind of change, and it needed balancing and fixing. I mean, look at games like Street Fighter. The game has had more add-ons than any other game that I've ever seen, at least, and I could be wrong about that, but, you know, just seeing how it was, you know, it really is cool, and I gotta give Iron Galaxy a round of applause for adding some really unique gameplay to this amazing game. It's definitely one of my, if not the most favorite game that I have, especially on my Xbox, and this is definitely, you know, if I wasn't streaming, this would be the game that I would want to buy a console to get. You know, I would want to buy an Xbox One just to get Killer Instinct. And of course, playing the game as a kid and seeing the growth and the change is just absolutely incredible. And I think overall the changes and the balances that were brought in were great. Some of the character changes I thought were very appropriate. I think all of the fixes that they did were very spot on. I don't think anything was unfair. I mean, you know, Thunder has a ranged ability. Orchid has a grenade, which is freaking cool. And, you know, of course, the changes to Jago. You know, it's great. And everyone has to embrace the change. Everyone has to embrace the fact that the game is going to grow, and the only way for it to grow is that it needs to make some changes. And I'm really excited to see what's going to happen. I'm super pumped for Season 2 to actually drop. I mean, we're only a few weeks out, and, you know, I'm totally ready. My body's ready. I think my subscribers are ready, and I'm sure you guys are ready that are watching right now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm not going to rant anymore. I think I've kind of touched on some of the points that I really wanted to touch on. and really give you guys an honest opinion about what I think about the game. I think everyone just needs to understand that, in order for these games to grow, like I said, change has to be made, and I think it's for the good. And, if your character has been changed to, if it's not to your liking, find another character to play. You're going to have so many more to choose from. We're going from 8 to we're getting another 8 characters over a course of a couple of months. I mean, you have a lot to be excited for. I mean, you got TJ now. Maya's coming up very soon, which I'll be talking about it in another video. And, who knows what else we're going to get. All the rumors about Cinder and Tusk and Kim Woo, all Riptor, all those amazing characters that we used to play as kids. And, we'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you guys like the video, please do me that favor, click that like button. If you want to see some more Killer Instinct stuff, or if you want to come watch in real time, subscribe to the YouTube channel, as well as follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/HKSmash. I am signing out. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon. Peace.